Hey friends and family of YouTube, welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. This episode is about the first vehicle that I've checked out after sadly selling my Mark IV Supra. Now, if some of you don't know what's going on, I've had a Supra for the better part of my life, a couple of them. And they're finally, my left-hand drive, Baltic Blue, single turbo, I sold. So ultimately, I am in the market for a car, and my budget is around $40,000 Canadian. Now, of course, if you have suggestions, drop them down below. I'm always open to hear things. I am going to be making a video on what I'm looking for after this one, but this one is kind of a premature video before that one because of the car that was involved and the price that was involved. So I'll get straight to it, and I'll post pictures for you. So I was looking at a 2000 Gen 2 Viper RT10. Beautiful color. It was a rare color. It is a 8-liter V10 pushing 450 horsepower, 490 foot-pounds of torque. Now, growing up, I'm sure we all had posters of Vipers, Lambos, Ferraris. It's just one of those cars, you know? It's one of those cars that I think we all hold high, even from childhood, because when you're not even into cars, you know what the car is. So I thought it would be cool to own that. And the top comes off, so the wife and I can enjoy drives to, BC or something with the top off. Not saying the Vipers are a great road trip car, because they're not. But anyway, so I go check this out. Before I go check it out, I asked the guy if he would consider a certain price, because I'm not even going to waste my time or his time if he's not even interested in entertaining my price. So based off the pictures, based off the description, I'll show you the pictures all over of what I seen on the net, or on the ad rather, and I asked if he would consider $30,000 Canadian, and he said that he would. So after he accepted my $30,000 offer without seeing the car, I don't like doing this generally, but he's not in town. I had to drive. It was an hour and a half outside of town. So, again, I wouldn't have went if we didn't match. So I go out and pretty excited, It's a Dodge Viper. Who wouldn't be excited? They do have qualms, I guess. But I guess that could be a different video. But this is a Gen 2. Gen 2s are generally a bit better than Gen 1s. Now, so we go into his garage. He's an older guy, I'd say in his 60s. We go into his garage, and it's a promising purchase because the pictures looked good. He told me that the hood has stress cracks. I searched that up, and it's normal. The Viper hood opens frontwards. The way you close it, there's a certain way you got to close it. And if you don't close it the certain way over time, throughout the owners, you get stress cracks. That's normal. I priced out a new hood. A new hood is like $5,500 painted. So it's already like whatever, I'll eat $5,500. That's why I wanted to get it to 30 so I could have room to put into the car, because I knew it needed it. So I go in there, and the first thing you see is this picture right here. There's a big chunk of fiberglass missing out of the hood, right where the headlight is. And he didn't send me that picture, probably strategically. So my excitement has gone from this, thinking that what he sent me was everything that's wrong with it. It's kind of down a notch now. I'm like, whatever, let's move past this. I'm already prepared to buy a hood. Let's go around the car and check it out. So Tyler came with me, and we're going around the car, and the guy points out that the Door panel needs replacing because it's just loose over time. Whatever, that's not a big deal in my mind at the time. And then as we're going down the car, I see this stress crack. And that's on the rear quarter panel. And it's a crack that's right through the body. So I didn't know this, but Viper's, at least his, is a fully fiberglassed car. Call me naive, call me whatever, but it makes sense after you think about it, that it's a fiberglass car on a metal, like, go-kart chassis, really. And so that really took it down a notch. And then Tyler's on the other side focusing on a bunch of things. So I know he's found something, or a couple things. And he found the exact same thing on the other side, which is this picture. And that stress crack is on the targa top, like, support roll bar thing where it attaches to the body. There's a big crack there. And there's cracks all along that thing. So again, just kept going down. And then we're about to take it for a drive. And I go to the back of the car. He tells me it's bone stock, which is a good thing in my mind. The engine looks bone stock, but then we see MagnaFlow exhaust. So I don't think he was trying to hide this, but it did have MagnaFlow full exhaust, he said. So whatever, neither here nor there. I guess it's kind of a bonus. So I'm like, okay, perfect, whatever. It's not going to alter the tune or anything much on the Viper. Great. But then I see this little like area that's separating by the tail light, and I hone in on it, and I'll show you the picture here. And yeah, it's layers of fiberglass that are, you know, separating. So that can't be good, because you got to probably cut that whole corner out and replace that whole section of thick fiberglass. And it's just like, it's one thing after another with this thing body-wise. So we go take it for a test drive. I'm like, well, maybe there's something that's just going to make me, you know, be all over this thing. Already it's a $30,000 Viper. I mean, it is a good deal. It's a good deal for someone who's willing or can put in the work themselves. And, you know, probably eat $10,000 to $15,000 in body work. So that's Z06 C6 money almost in Canada. Remember, we are in Canada. Don't compare this to the US, because I know the US is way cheaper for certain cars. So we go take it for a drive. Everything seems to be running and driving good, which is a bonus. The whole trip, all I heard was the plastics in the Viper rubbing against each other. So that's a pretty, like, apparent Chrysler trait. You know, it is, I liked the dash. I liked everything, but, like, all the clips for the e-brake boot and everything were off, probably broken. The driver's side door was, the inner door card was kind of floppy. I can get past all that. I can do all that stuff myself. It drove really good for the most part. I could feel the body twist, but I think that's normal on a vehicle that has no roof. But how I knew it was twisting was the noise of all the plastics, you know, moving against each other. So the weird thing is that the Viper is 450 horsepower, 490 foot-pounds of torque. So I asked the guy, I'm like, can I give it some gas and see how this thing moves? He's like, oh yeah, give her. He was a really good guy. So I did. And like this, and then it died kind of really right away. Not died, but the power was swept away, if you will. So it was kind of unsuspecting, because I thought it was going to be faster. I really did. I don't know what is a contributing factor to it not feeling fast. I have no idea, but it felt like my STI would beat it on a roll. Like, it just felt that way. And I don't know if it's just because of my turbo just keeps pulling in the STI, or if the torque is just so much greater in the Viper that it's just like this, and then it's just like, it like, you know, tapers off. So it was a really weird feeling. Transmission shifted great, engine shifted great, everything was great. We pull into his garage again, and he tells me that his brand new tires, which are $2,000, just because of the size, the width. They're Toyo Proxies, I think. Or Toyo R888s, sorry. Yeah, R888s. He had another set of tires, a used one, so bonus. And the clutch was done, which is a bigger job in those things. And he says all the fluids were done. It did have an oil leak at one point, and he fixed it. But I walked away from the deal. I walked away from the deal because of the bodywork it needs. I have never seen a vehicle with so many cracks in my life. Not being a Viper enthusiast right now, not owning one right now, I've done a lot of research, and I cannot find examples of Viper bodies cracking where this thing cracked. So I don't know if it's because it got in an accident. I don't know if it's just because of the age. I don't know if it's because of our crappy roads here. I don't know if it's because of the extreme temperatures. I don't know. But it's there. And I don't want to be left with the bill to fix it. He told me he got quoted $6,000 to fix everything and paint it, which I just don't believe. There's no way, after being in cars this long, there's no way it's going to cost that little. This Viper does have a lot going for it. The price is great. It drives pretty good. I cannot see myself going on long road trips with it after driving it. It is a weird position of driving. Your body is kind of like curved just slightly because the pedals are just off just a bit, but after driving for an hour you would feel it. Yeah, and on top of all that, the title was really weird. It was like stolen, went to a different province, a really strict province, and then it was branded as a rebuilt status for some weird reason. Well, actually it was branded as a non-repairable, and then the guy, from what I understand, fought it, won it, and then it was repaired status, and then it came to Alberta with a clean status. I've never seen anything like that. And I've asked my buddies who are in the industry, they're like, we have never seen anything like that. So in the end, I decided to walk away from the Viper RT10. Obviously, it's been a dream car of mine ever since I was a kid. The Super would have walked away from it, obviously. I'm comparing it to my STI. It did have torque, don't get me wrong, but it just felt like it tapered way off. And I guess that's that. I am in the market right now for vehicles. Your suggestions would help. I really want to stay away from German vehicles. I've been looking at M3s, M5s, and researching them, and they all have issues of some kind, bottom end bearings, you name it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you come along on this journey with me, and hopefully we find what we're looking for on this channel. And it'll probably be V8 rear-wheel drive of some sort. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, as previously stated. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Be sure to check out other channels or other videos on the channel, and subscribe. All right, peace everybody.